I dread Mother's Day every year as someone who was physically, sexually, and emotionally, psychologically abused by my mother, tortured by my mother too. She was also part of the cult abuse. And it is such a painful, hard day. And I know that I'm not alone in that. I know that so many of us were abused by our mothers. And there is this huge push in our society to glorify mothers and to think that they are all compassionate and warm and loving. And for so many of us, they aren't and weren't. And it's a painful day. And for me, as a cult torture survivor, Mother's Day, also Father's Day, are one of the days, like a holiday or whatever, that are built up with the torture. The torture increases in cult abuse, and so does the mind control very specifically about Mother's Day. So there's so many things that make it a painful day. So I try to stay off social media as much as I can, to not look at all those Mother's Day posts. I try to avoid going into stores this time of year. I wish I could avoid my email because there are so many emails from so many places, even writers' organizations that are talking about Mother's Day. It's really upsetting, and I wish that I could just have a unsubscribe just for this content and not unsubscribe completely. I wish that so many more companies were aware of the impact on many of us and would give us that option. I try to do self-comforting things, hugging a squishmallow and having something warm to drink like hot chocolate, reading a good book, talking to a friend or my therapist, and all those things help. I also try to think of caring, kind, compassionate women in my life or who have been in my life who have given me a little bit of that mum comfort that you hope for or expect and that I never had. I also try to write about it or draw about it, get it out in a creative way, or do something creative just to keep my focus, my attention, and maybe watch a movie or a show and just escape for a little while. Good books definitely help. And maybe some of those things will help you too.